I got a whole thing of cups and stirrers the other day, and I left them at home. Hey, 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 here we are.
For that applause. Thank you. Thank you.
Uh,
Good morning, ladies and
Start on
gentlemen.
Wednesday.
Oh, I thought today was Monday, but today's Tuesday.
I always feel like I say that almost every week that it's a Monday when I get in here. That's how
Yeah.
I feel.
Well, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you guys had a great weekend. Which, by the way, what did you do this weekend?
Oh, what didn't I do? They had the mosquito control open house, which was fun. I popped in there. And what didn't I do this weekend? That much.
That much. You did
That
that.
much. After pole vault in the plaza and helping Simon, there was a lot of stuff like in the garage still that needed to be dealt with.
Well, that's what I did.
Like we have boxes of wood
What?
because people don't realize that whole runway that they run on has to be certified. So there's actually a survey company who comes out and does a full survey on the runway, and it has to be level and all that stuff. So we have like shims and 2x4s
Everything all in there. Okay.
in
Well, good.
the garage. So we did that. Yeah. And then I got a phone call. I guess I can tell everybody. I posted it. I got a
Yeah.
phone call. For those of you who don't know, I'm a former Mrs. USA. This is their 30th anniversary.
That's terrific.
So there are 29 of us in the world. And so the Mrs. USA, Mrs. Globe pageant is having their 30th anniversary. And they called me up and said, "You're coming, right?" And so I will be there in the second weekend of June with the other Miss USAs out in Palm Springs.
So that was 1996. So
Yep.
30 years,
Yep.
and there are going to be some 20-year-olds there.
Well, Mrs. Globe starts at 27.
27. Okay.
And it's 27 and up, and then there's a classique, which starts, I believe, at 50, 45, 45. The classique starts at 45. So there'll be former Mrs. Globes. And so anybody who used to follow me back then, I was in China with some of those. And so it's going to be fun. It's going to be
It's
a
gonna
good
be great.
time.
Yeah.
I'm excited, but now I have to do some self-care.
Yeah, exactly. Quick and fast. They don't have anything for grannies, do they? Actually, I think they do
That's
have it
the
for
classic
grannies. That's the
division.
classic. Yeah.
You could come and be in the classic division.
Yeah, I think I'd be passing on
Okay.
that.
Well, you can if anybody wants any information, you can also just come to the event.
Yeah, and where's that gonna be?
It's in Palm Springs, California.
Yeah, just take a little jaunt out there. Oh, well,
Yeah.
good for you. Congratulations.
thanks.
You've always been into this, and it's always great watching.
It's fun. I wouldn't be here today able to do this if it wasn't for those experiences,
Yeah.
because I was able to build up that extra confidence. I know there's some bad things that people talk about with pageants, but my experience has always been really good. And
Like Miss Congeniality.
yeah, exactly. A lot of people look at that movie and think that. And I'm sure there's some of that goes on. I mean, I've had a few things backstage, but nothing that doesn't happen in a workplace environment.
Oh,
So,
well, yeah, you just have to do a smackdown and then they'll be
yeah, you
okay.
just have to stand your ground just like anything else. How about you? What'd you do this weekend?
I what did I do? I worked in the yard, normal, and just trying to get my patio, well, my lanai sort of neat. So when I look out there,
Okay.
that's my respite instead of having, here's a bunch of bird food. Well, I'm going to do a guessing game and give away a prize of how much bird food do Wayne and Lois give
Oh
out?
gosh, I can't imagine because
How much?
I have one bird feeder. I can't imagine what you go through.
Oh my God. Oh, well, anyway, I don't want to say too much because HOAs. Well, anyway, we're going to have a kind of a fun show today. I am looking forward to learning about vegan food and cooking.
Yes, I'm
which I had
excited.
no clue.
I grew up in a vegetarian household.
Did
My
you
mom
really?
was vegetarian, but my grandmother was a chef, so she was Italian, or she was Swiss. My grandfather was Italian, and she learned from scratch. She came here after World War II and couldn't even boil
Wow.
water.
Wow.
Yeah, because she grew up during the war, so she
They
never
didn't
learned
really
to
have a
cook.
chance to.
Yeah.
Yeah. God bless.
So this will be interesting because I've also gotten food from the vegan side. So you guys are going to learn a lot.
We're going to learn a whole
You're
lot.
going to learn a lot. You're
Well,
going to learn
I
a lot.
was pretty much vegetarian for about 4 years, and 4 or 5 years,
Mhm.
until I was going to climb Mount Aconcagua. I don't know if you know where that's at, Aconcagua. That's in between Argentina and Chile. It's the tallest summit in South America. And we spent about 2 weeks. We're going to spend 2 weeks there getting acclimatized and going up to 21,000 feet. And someone said, you need to start eating some beef because you need to build up
Okay.
your whatever, blood, iron, whatever. And plus,
Mhm.
when you go to Argentina, you're probably going to want some.
There's going to be a lot of that
Yeah.
going
And
on.
that was 4 months after 9/11.
Oh my goodness, traveling
Yes.
must have been interesting.
Yeah, it was. And I had to get an MR set military phone because we were filming to show back to the kids in school. And it just was a fiasco. But
Well, you
anyway,
still went. You
you
still
still
got to
went.
go.
And the point is about being vegetarian. I don't know if it's the same thing as vegan. Then that's
We're
what
going
I'm
to
going
find
to
out.
learn.
We're going to find out together.
I
And
need.
how to maintain the protein levels to work out and things like that.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
thing that I don't really know. I don't know if it's better or not or whatever. But why don't we go on to what the days of the month are?
I'm excited for this one.
Yeah. So what we got, Madam D? Big D. Big D's in the house.
Yeah, she is. National Blueberry Pie Day. Rich in antioxidants, blueberries make the perfect pie filling. Bake your own. It's okay. You can use store-bought crust or visit a bakery or diner.
Well, I love Dee's like my little sister. I don't say kid because I'm not that old to have a kid that age. Arr, arr. So anyway, I said, "Oh, I'm going to make her a pie," and I had all the stuff to do that, and I just ran out of time. So
Because you're never busy.
D, here's your pie in a can. You have blueberries,
There you go. You've got the blueberries. Now you
and,
just need the
and
crust.
just take some Ritz crackers and do a dip and chip kind of thing. There,
You can do that too.
when we used to have birthday cakes, I would my tennis team finally realized my ratio was 3 to 1, three frosting and one cake. So I used to bake it on a cookie tin and put the frosting over it. So they used to just bring me a can of frosting and say, "We're going to forget the cake."
And just
So there
eat
you go. They enjoy your pie feeling. Mighty dog.
Hey, good to see you again.
Great to see you. Okay, so what could be more enjoyable than a slice of delicious blueberry pie? And I did look for one, couldn't find it. So super healthy and super delicious. This superfood is perfect, made into a classic pie, and that's exactly what National Blueberry Pie Day is here to do. And I am going to make one because I have frozen blueberries. That's close enough for government work.
I think so.
Maybe Wayne, you'll get that tonight. I'm not sure.
Might get a blueberry pie, Wayne.
Cheers to you too. Okay. And he could have used some of that blueberry pie for those antioxidants. I've had him running around. It's 10 o'clock and we've done 3 things this morning.
Oh my gosh, you're always so busy. I aspire to be Lois when I
No,
grow
you
up.
need more rest. Okay, what's next, Miss D?
You know who I miss for
Ugh.
pies? Perkins. They used to
Oh
have
man, they
great.
used to do those
You would walk in and you could buy any pie. That was
does
great.
the Cheesecake Factory do that? They have those
Do they? I
things.
haven't been in there
I
in a
haven't been
while.
there forever either. It gives me a headache to try to read the menus.
The menu's a little bit much.
A little bit much. Okay, Clean Comedy Day. Well, this is
Oh.
interesting coming off of late night talk shows.
I'll let you have that one.
Yeah, yeah. So anyway, well, we can talk about oftentimes a comedy relies on shock value, of course, or pushing social boundaries and norms, of course, but this doesn't have to be the case. Clean, kid friendly comedy can be just as funny. Yeah, I think we know that from Jerry Seinfeld.
Yeah, I think we do. Yeah.
Seinfeld, and even this dispute over Jimmy Kimmel, his ridiculous comment. What do you expect? But still, it's free speech. Say what you want to say. Just ignore him. He's going to be talking to his bubble and let that be. Because if we start trying to censor the comedians, that's what we've been trying so hard is to get them back.
That's one thing. That's I think some of the little backlash that's happening now on the I want to say on the conservative side is some people are trying to push back on things like Kimmel. And I look at it and I say,
First Amendment, let him
you
go.
you just turn it off, flip the channel, because that's something we've always fought for. I'm a big constitutionalist as far as that's concerned. And I think if you just try to silence one person just because you don't agree with them or just because they're an ass,
Yeah, you don't
then
say that. You don't do that. But yeah, here's the thing. I understand Trump. You can figure for since 2015, every day, not some days,
every
every day.
day,
He's been
yeah.
going through this constant berating. So I grant him that latitude and grace to come off and say stuff.
Sometimes be a little mad about
After he
it.
thinks about it, I'm sure he'll come around to it. So let's dive into the world of chuckles with Clean Comedy Day. The day honors the kind of humor that keeps an all family fun, engaging, and most importantly, clean. Whether you're young or old, or just young at heart, Clean Comedy is your ticket to laughter field. If you got any good jokes, send them our way. I was going to bring some. And
Put them in the comments. You know who was another great comedian? Johnny Carson.
Johnny Carson
He ran an
and
entire
Red
night show.
Skelton.
Oh,
Johnny
right.
Carson, Red Skelton. They had Johnny Carson on doing some different.
I think a lot of it too was comedy back then was a little bit more physical, like their faces and their
Yeah,
mannerisms and the different voices they would use. And back then, the FCC was very strict.
yeah, yeah.
And so
Andrew Dice Clay.
you couldn't say a lot of things.
Right.
Like they were the free speech police back then. And those comedians still make you laugh.
George Carlin had his what? How
Oh, I
many
love
dirty
George
words or whatever words you can't say?
Carlin's on TV.
Yeah.
That's why HBO was invented, I
That's
think.
exactly right. Exactly right. Do you got any good jokes? No.
No.
She's too busy having a protein shake to go with that blueberry pie.
Blueberry
Ellen.
pie. The graham cracker idea is
All right, what we
a good
got?
idea. Oh, save
Save
the
the
frog.
frog days.
Save the
Courtney.
frog day. Frogs are crucial to our ecosystem, keeping populations down and preventing disease, but many species are already endangered. So join the fight to save them, except for those ones that we have that the
Bufo.
oh
Yeah, but don't stick them because if you stick them, their juice might come up. And
yeah, no.
some said
There's
that
a spray that we used to go out into our yard. They're smart.
uh, ammonia is what I put on the few that I've caught. But we did a couple of years ago. We went out to the back of our little canal, and I saw these tadpoles. And somebody said, "I think those are bufo." Well, I got the skimmer from the pool, and just thousands I picked up and made Wayne go dump them on the other side. Oh, they stunk. But
Yeah. Those
I've
are the
only
best.
seen one or two in the last 2 years, and when they do come, I get a brick and throw at them, and that scares. If you can intimidate them like that,
They're
right.
smart. I've watched them over the years in where I live in Pelican Bay, and they used to come in the yard until we started killing the ones in the yard,
And then they
and then they go
left.
someplace else.
That's
And when they
exactly.
first came around, they would sit in the roadway, and then they got smart to sit on the side of the roadways or on the covers, manhole covers, because they blend. So they learn, but they're not good for our
No, they're not
environment. They're
good.
very invasive.
But I love the little tree frogs.
But the other frogs, we want to be friends with.
Yeah, I love little tree frogs. Except when they jump on me, I get scared and scream like a little girly girl.
We think we all do.
But I'd kiss a frog even if there was no promise of a Prince Charming popping out. I love frogs. Well, good for you, Cameron Diaz. Okay, so Arnie, your friendly frogs today.
Let's see. Frogs don't get
Next.
enough
Oh, go
love.
ahead.
Oh,
No, go
frogs don't
ahead.
get enough love or enough recognition. In fact, the situation is so dire that certain species of them are in just as much danger of passing from the earth as bees are. Save the Frogs Day aims to bring awareness about those wonderful amphibians and everything they do for us.
Now, speaking of bees, I put up a squirrel house in case they wanted to do, yeah, squirrel, just a little. Well, actually, it's kind of big, about that big. It's wide. But I was out there doing some picking up the branches from all the wind, and we have a beehive in there.
Oh my goodness.
But that's okay. I don't care. I mean, it's going to be a lot of honey that's going to be in there, right, Wayne? So we can just see them all buzzing around, and so we have a lot of bees on the property. So I'm figuring, okay, if the frogs won't use it, the bees will use it, and that'll be just fine.
Well,
Yeah,
bees
you
are
got
good for us.
bees are good.
I used to be very afraid of them, and then I learned more about them, kind of like with the bats.
Yeah.
I learned more about them, and it's just, don't antagonize them.
No, I don't. They're all in our front yard around our Dunby plants and all that. Hey, Deep Day.
Hey, Deep Dave. Good morning.
Okay, Miss. What do we got next, Miss D? After our Froggy Froggy. Froggy went a courting and he did go.
Oh, fun.
National Superhero Day. Have you ever been rescued from a
Risky situation
my glasses,
or
yeah,
saved from
or
injury
saved
or
from
death.
injury or death? Those who came to our rescue or call or our aid are called heroes. Some heroes happen to be in the right place at the right times. Others choose to be a hero as a career. That they would not call themselves a hero, like our military and our officers and our ICE agents. Others are still fictional creations that inspire us with hope. Each year on April the 28th, National Superhero Days honor superheroes, both real and fiction. And of course, the first superhero I remember was Superman.
Yeah, I think
What?
so. Remember the black and white
Yep,
Superman?
yep, yep.
I remember a little bit of that growing up, but then again, we had a black and white TV for
Well,
actually, I
that's
didn't have a TV till I think I was 6, and then we had a black and white TV till I was
six.
probably a teenager. I think till we moved to Florida, but there was no reception in Florida. There you got 3 channels and you had to do the ears and took
Well,
your
everybody
space.
got 3 channels until cable.
Yeah.
Had the rabbit
It was
ears with the
bad, and
aluminum
it was bad
foil.
here, though. I think the closest stations back then were Fort Myers, and they don't good days, you got good channels.
Okay.
Bad days, you got
Who is our, all right, what other superheroes?
what other superheroes? Well, the Spider-Man's very popular besides the Marvel thing.
I love
He
the
was popular when we were younger. Yeah.
Spider-Man's got his pose. Thor has his pose when he lands, and I love all the adventure. What is it called with all the different guys with Hulk? Oh, who's it called? Somebody help me out here.
The Adventures of
The Avengers. Avengers.
Avengers.
Yeah,
See, I was close.
yeah, you were close. That's right.
The
The
Avengers.
Avengers, and I love all those movies and all those
For the
different guys.
longest time, I was not into the superhero thing, but then when they remade them recently, I say recently, like in the last 10 years, they made some series of all the different characters. The only thing is when you're not a follow this stuff a lot, like there's a whole people out there that do this. I'd watch one and then they'd have an intersecting person, and then I'd go watch the other series and I'm like, but where did that tie in? So it's a
Yeah,
little
so
confusing
you
for
have to
me.
really watch them all to
You have to
get
watch
the.
them all to understand where they come from.
Well,
But there was some great superheroes.
yeah.
And we have superheroes in our everyday lives too.
Yes, we
Our
do.
family, people who help us out, sometimes even strangers, like during the hurricanes.
During the hurricane, that's right. Superheroes come in all kinds of shapes and
Superhero could be
sizes.
your neighbor.
D, you got a favorite superhero?
Tough.
Who?
It's tough. She doesn't like to be on the spot, I
No,
think.
she doesn't, and that's why I love to do it.
We're gonna put like a mic down here.
Yeah.
So when we ask
No,
her
she's like,
questions,
no, 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 don't do that to me. That's
you
okay.
guys can hear from her. You won't see her, but you can hear from
Yeah,
her.
I just love to aggravate people. I wish I didn't. That's one of my
It's not
frailties.
you like to we call it in our family scotch.
Scutch.
You like to
I never
scotch.
heard of it.
It's
Like
an
to scutch
Italian thing.
somebody.
You like to
A
scotch.
scutch.
She's a scotch.
I'm a scutch. I'm a good a scutcher.
She's a very good scotch.
Yeah, I love to scutch people. I'm going to write that word down and learn it.
Good.
Scutch.
Yes.
Okay, what do we else we got, D? There's not so much to put in, but I just like the ones that they had for today because there are a couple of really nice things all the things that I like bus drivers. And I know
Yeah.
people are always complaining about our bus drivers, but they carry our most precious cargo.
They do. They do. And it is an underappreciated job. My mom was a bus driver. My mom's done a lot of stuff. You
Your
guys
mom, yeah.
you're going to hear a lot about my mom on this show. I hope she
Yeah.
doesn't mind. My mom was a bus driver. I used to sit on the bus with her.
Wow.
Because I wasn't old enough to go to school when I was like 3.
Just go with,
I would go with her. Yeah.
Okay, so each year School Bus Driver Appreciation Day falls on the fourth Tuesday in April, which is April the 23rd. We got that a little bit wrong. Why do they have the 28th? But today we are recognizing all school bus drivers for taking care of our precious cargo during the school year. While they are transporting our kids to school, home activities, or sporting events, school bus drivers deserve recognition for the job they do. So, to all the school bus drivers out there, former and current, thank you very much.
I think it's a thankless job. I mean, especially with some of the teenagers you see nowadays.
Oh my God.
I don't know how they do it.
No.
And it's unfortunate that some of them have to go through what they go through.
Yeah.
But it's definitely a thankless job at times, I think, and they are underappreciated. I think as far as staff
Yeah.
is concerned.
Well,
I think
it always works. It's always hard starting out in the beginning, but it eventually, I think, works its way through
I think
all
it
its
takes a
issues.
special person, like, to understand each child as they come in, because 'cause you're with them for 9 months,
Yeah, yeah.
and you get to understand when they come in, and you at first, it's like, "Who is this child?" And you get to know each other, and then by the end of the year, or even 3 or 4 years if they're on the same route.
I think don't they have cameras on all the school buses
Now
now?
they do.
Yeah, and
Now
that's a
they do.
good thing. That's a good thing for both, for the kids and for the driver, because some of the drivers may like the lady says, "I'm not waiting on that train," and crossed over.
Oh, that's right. That was just on the she was on the train a bus on the train track, guys. Come on now.
Yeah, no, that's one thing
Logic left the building on that moment.
that absolutely. All right, Dee, what's next, honey? Now this is Stop Food Waste Day.
Don't let your food go to waste. Join the Stop Waste Food Day and make a difference with simple changes. Well, composting at home has become a really big thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Like under the sink, just putting things in there. That's become a thing. There was a conversation about after what happened with the correspondence dinner where all the food was going to go.
Yes.
And I just saw this morning they freeze dried the food and sent it out to the women's shelters
Right. All around
around
town.
town. So it will get eaten. Steak and
They
lobster dinners.
Yeah, they didn't send any of that wine because too many of the journalists were hanging around picking out those expensive bottles.
I gotta say, I saw people picking up the bottles and try to, drink them or take them home. And I'm thinking to myself, if I just was in that room, I would want to drink too.
Yeah, I would want to drink too. Well, but they noticed they looked at the label to see what it was, and I
Oh,
was
I missed that one.
reading a post by the guy who actually chose all the food and chose the wine, and he
Okay.
was watching. It was sort of tongue in cheek because I couldn't believe they were just going around and reading the bottles and picking up all. So they lost a lot of. But who cares?
It's a traumatic day.
That's a traumatic. It was.
Not everybody's thinking with their full brain, I think, after something like that.
I would think they would. And there was a guy who stayed there and finished his dinner. I mean, he just sat
So
there and he said, I couldn't get down because my knees hurt or my legs. And I didn't want somebody having a
he
stroke.
interviewed. I didn't see that one.
Yeah. His wife is the one that, we should have saved that. That said, you guys that saw the man eating his lunch or eating his dinner, that was my husband. And she had him there and she was asking him questions. So
Oh,
it was
fun.
pretty cute. Yeah. So anyway.
What else are you gonna do? They had you in the room for an hour. You might as well eat and have a couple of drinks. Where are you gonna
Absolutely.
go?
Well, I think they were thinking
Nowhere?
about picking up all the empty bottles that hadn't not empty, but on
There was one guy just going around drinking.
just
I was like, somebody pour that man a drink. He's
I
just
didn't
having a
find out who the guy was that was on the dais at the very end, if you're looking at it on the right
okay.
side, that just as soon as this happened, he got out his phone and started filming everything. So I'm figuring he must have been
Press.
some social media somehow
Some sort of press.
with the press, but he was at the head table, so it had to be specifically them, or maybe
Was
he was with the FBI or
I
part
wonder
chief
if
or
he
something.
was there. The correspondence president was up there, and so sometimes they seat them like every other person. So I'm wondering if that might have been
I don't know. I'm
her
just going
signature.
around. I'm just curious. So I'm thinking he hadn't budged.
Well, we'll have to
Sat there
look
and
that up.
yeah, that's one of those.
Well, I just got a message from our first guest, guys. He is coming. He says, hopefully you're hungry. I'm sorry I'm running a little bit behind because he is coming from Fort Myers.
That's
He
okay.
delivers down here in Naples. So
Nice.
he's running a little bit late, but as soon as he gets here, apparently he's bringing us food.
So,
Now, are you excited? I mean, we got our food last time for what was that, St. Patrick's Day?
oh yeah, that was pretty good. Yeah.
So now we get some vegan food. He's like, I hope you're hungry.
Yes.
Oh, we're always hungry, Jonas. We're always
And so
hungry.
that's
We're
pretty
always,
easy.
always,
Pretty safe bet on that. And Kevin, is
yep.
Kevin still here? Yeah, he's in the back.
He's
Always a
in the
safe
back.
bet with Kevin and any of the guys that we have here.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give everybody who's online right now a little shout out to take your Facebook or YouTube and share it to your social media because I'm going to
Yeah,
do that right now.
go ahead and go do
We're
that.
all going to share the show.
Share the show.
Share it to your stories and invite people on. And we are going to make this like a weekly thing. As
Yeah.
soon as I figure out how to do it.
I just mine's on my feed. Stop
You
being
got it?
aggressive.
Okay. Here we go. Oh, I got to go to the page. You go to the
Go to the
Facebook
page.
page and then you go down. There's a little arrow. You take arrow and then you share and invite your friends to watch with you because we are on a mission here to bring 239 community events and all the goings
Things that are
on,
happening, all the good stuff.
all the good stuff. We really want to get, we're
Stuff.
into a positive message, aren't we?
I think so.
Bring the good stuff out there to all of you. And also remember, if you have any upcoming events that you would like to share, you can send them in to us. You can send them on our social media. Di will get them.
Like Larry Rice, who sends about 20 at a time. Pick out the ones that are for the month and then sort of measure them out.
Yeah.
We're happy to support him
I really think it's
and the
important.
VFW.
I think it's important because I hear people all the time say there's nothing to do. Well, we have a list of events twice a week we talk about.
Yeah, yeah.
And then if you have a charity coming up, an event that you want to share, reach out to us and we'll see if we can get you on the slate of guests.
All right. Well, let's check out some of the things we have coming up. I tried to get the ones that were like recent, like in, guys, can't believe it's May coming up.
I was shocked.
I know.
It's May.
It's like, what happened? And this is always.
We were just talking about St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah, I know St. Patrick's, and now it's going to be May Day.
That long.
Yeah.
Yeah, that we've been doing this.
Well, May the 1st is the beginning of May is the Military Appreciation Month.
Okay.
And I'll bring some more stuff about that on Friday because there are all different things that are going on for 4 weeks. Pretty much every day there's something around the country. Not necessarily here, but there might be some stuff and we'll find out. But here is one, ROTC Seniors, Saturday, May the 2nd, 11 to 2, honoring the graduates, the graduates, and the seniors from OTC in Collier County. It's going to be at the VFW 7721, and that's at 13131 Collier Boulevard, which is at the corner of at the end of Pine Ridge Road and Collier Boulevard, where they merge together. So
they have a lot. They do something all the time.
They're always, yeah.
This VFW is so active.
Yeah, yeah. It's like our, I've got to get more stuff from Chicopee, start getting me more stuff that's going on at VFW and the other place off on the East Trail.
Oh, I know where you mean.
Now, why am I drawing a blank? Oh, I need some more coffee.
Because it feels like Monday. Because it feels like Monday.
So anyway, that's a great thing to participate in. We love, not all the JROCT cadets go into the military. Some do, some don't. Mm-hmm. But it's a great, hey, Jim Doe.
Hey, Jimbo.
It's a great leadership, organizational training.
Yes.
And it's just such a wonderful thing. And all of our JROTCs and college.
I had a couple of friends in high school who belonged to the junior ROTC and the other one Civil Air Patrol.
Oh, yes.
Who I had no idea what that was until they do an annual thing, or at least they did back then for all the graduating seniors and stuff. And I went in there and they have like helicopters and stuff. It was so cool. Yeah. I mean, I was only in high school and I still was impressed. But they both went into the Air Force.
Oh, nice. Yeah, most of them do. Civil, yeah. And they come to a lot. I bet they'll be there as well.
I ended up visiting one in where is it? Nebraska. Yeah, it was summer, thank goodness. And I guess that's where a lot of the intelligence comes through.
Yeah.
And they do well, back then, this is before 9/11. We were able to go in the room and say hi. But that's when they had all the teletype machines that information just comes through all day long.
Yeah.
And it's going t. And they were all covered because there was a guest in the building. And I thought that was the coolest thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
To be able to go in there. And it was an Air Force base. And
well, that got them all over. Remember the guy that was here? Oh, he must have been here on Friday. The North Dakota. They had a nuclear sub facility that was
very cool.
I mean, they were keeping up.
When you see these things in person up close, even if you just go to an air show, like the one they have in Chicago or something, or they have them up here in state. It's impressive.
Of course it is.
It is impressive. So when I see people who basically don't know what they're talking about, be like, oh, where do we spending our money on? It is very impressive, these facilities. and what they put out. Anyways, off on my tangent. Sorry, guys.
Okay. All right. What other, let's see.
Oh, this is amazing.
I wanted to bring this up because I missed giving a salute for the let's see, 1928. So -2. So it's 98 years old, our Tamiami Trail.
That's incredible.
And this is, I brought a couple of older pictures to kind of give you.
I was so
I think
excited
it's
when you put
98.
this up.
The combined commemoration of the 98th anniversary of the completion of the Tamiami Trail and celebrate the birth of the Museum of Everglades, which opened up on the 70th anniversary of the trail in 1998. That's a cool little museum to go to. It's a fun-filled afternoon. Well, they had live music. You missed this, so don't worry, but you still can go down to visit the Museum of the Everglades. Um, It's a fun-filled afternoon with live music, complimentary hot dogs, and the only laundry cart race in the country. Isn't that cute?
Oh, that's
Because
fun.
it was right near where the laundry was, because they had, that was to be his, Baron Collier's Everglades City was to be his grand thing. He wanted it to be so wonderfully, but it was a, I don't want to say a mill town. It was, they worked on chits. You know what chits are?
Mhm.
That's how they got paid. So they had to spend all their money and so forth there. So
It
that,
was supposed to be its own self-contained
yeah,
kind of
self-contained little
community.
cute thing. And they had a trolley that was there and had beautiful landscape.
They did
So,
well until I think until the county seat moved. I think it was the place to be.
well, Hurricane Donna took care of all of
Yeah,
that.
the Hurricane Donna did a lot.
And they still are mad about moving the seat, but I don't even go there. I'll tell that story another time.
Well, you
It
know
was great.
who's coming up on Icons of Naples podcast?
Who?
Yeah, Rowan Johnson's
Oh, yeah.
son. So
Mr. Johnson, A.B. Johnson, or
his
E.B.
his father was a person who helped build the trail
Yeah.
and was
I
actually
was interviewed him at his house. That was
oh
15
my
years ago.
oh wow.
I,
You'll have to find whatever
I
you
have to
have
look
on it
that up.
and
Yeah.
I'll put it in the icons comments.
And then I'll do that because it was when we were interviewing. We had Sam Colding, who was like the second
Oh wow.
county tax collector. Oh, what a love he was. And I remember when I said something about, oh, when the county seat moved, and somebody in the back in the kitchen said, it should still be here. And I thought, whoa, that's still works.
Still a topic.
Okay. And so part of the Tamiami Trail, here's an aerial view
Wow.
uh, of the parade in Everglades City on the opening day of the Tamiami Trail,
Look
which
at
was,
that.
that's the opening, 1928. Groups of the original trailblazers marched at the head of the procession on foot and on horseback. Everglades Inn, shown on the left, which is really the Rod and Gun Club, decorated with bunting, post office in the upper right, with observation platforms and a flagpole. And
Wow.
the Trailblazers, you really have to look up that story on the building of the Tamiami Trail because it is wild what they went through to prove you could cross the Tamiami Trail. Well,
Yeah.
they did, and a lot of muck and mire. It was crazy. So we'll look at that.
Look at how many people showed up for it back in 1928 when this was new. This was a new thing.
Brand spanking, how'd they get down there? They finally had the cars and they had a road that they could drive
Yeah.
on.
Yeah, people
Yeah,
could finally come here. And then
exactly.
Naples was born.
Yes, Naples was born. And it was a lot of people.
Or grew.
And I love the archway between Collier and Dade County on the opening
Look at
day,
that.
April 26, 1928. And when I had a museum, I call it Community Museum down in Bayfront, I had an artist that actually not just painted that, but she put up the stone to replicate that
Oh, wow.
archway. And then when somebody wanted to lease the building, I got out and they painted over it. And I'm like, are you kidding me? That was like a $6,000 thing. Why would you not keep it?
Oh, some people don't understand history.
So there was a young,
This is
well,
why you do what you
Kevin
do.
understood, but the people of the young person well, and they didn't really. Anyway, the point is it was covered up. So I'm sure they're sorry today, but that's neither here nor there. So that's a beautiful archway, and that is what used to separate the Dade County from Collier County and Lee County from Collier County. They gave you that
Oh,
beautiful
yeah, that's
archway
right.
to. Okay, next.
What else do we have? Oh, it's
And
derby
now we're coming
time.
back. Okay,
It's derby time. Yeah,
and
I was saying to myself, I don't know what's going on for Derby, but here we go. VFW Post 7721
I'm sure.
is having a
Yeah.
Kentucky Derby party May 2nd. So it's Derby Day. You can, let's see, 3:30 to 5 is Show Me the Money. Best in Hat contest is at 5 o'clock. Dinner's also at 5. They got fried chicken and bring a slice Fly bring a is that side? Yeah, bring a side potluck.
Yeah.
So,
It's kind
this
of
is
cool.
kind of a total community event. Oh, and don't forget Queen of Hearts at 6 o'clock.
Queen of Hearts, they can win a lot of money. That's every Saturday at 6 they do that.
Okay. Oh, and they have mint juleps, of course.
Now, a little bit of trivia here.
Okay, I love
What
trivia.
mint juleps are obviously served at the Kentucky Derby, but what is their signature food that they serve there?
Oh, that's a good question. And I've been to a couple derby things. I don't know. I don't recall.
It's called burgoo.
Burgoo. I don't think I knew what I was eating.
Burgoo. It was like a stew.
Okay.
It
Yeah.
was like a stew, and Naples was settled by the Kentucky Syndicate.
Mhm.
So when they came down here, they still made their burgoo. Probably a little bit different. Probably not so much because they put anything and any kind of meat that they could find
Whatever's in
in
the
that.
kitchen.
And we actually had a burgoo cook-off when Doris Reynolds was still living. I arranged that with it was Mayor Barnett and a few other people were the taste testers, and it was a great time. Yeah, and
So
she declared it to be the official dish of Naples. I'm not sure that it still is, but just wanted to give you that little tidbit.
that sounds like something someone needs to bring back at one of the
I
derby
think so.
parties.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Good.
Burgoo. You can look it up, and they used to put like squirrels and possum if they'd been hit on the road. They weren't too stinky. They would also add that meat.
Oh, fun.
But we don't do that current times, okay?
Not nowadays.
Okay, so May the 2nd, that's a Saturday.
I cannot believe that it's May. How many people raise your hand out
Yeah.
there? Put in the comments how many people are like, I cannot believe that it's already May.
Yeah, I know. I can't either. And I was
Think about all you've accomplished since the beginning of the year. I mean, I think we've done well. Hey, Zoe.
Hi, girl. Hi, hi. I was looking. I know that
What are you
the
doing
other
for
Kentucky Derby. Yeah, what are you doing for
what?
Kentucky?
Well, I was going to go to a friend of mine's party. They were having a Kentucky Derby party. I didn't make it to their last shindig they had. So I said, I'll do a house one this year. And we just dress up more fun and, not so much fashion. And then I found out, which I guess I can let that cat out of the bag too, because that was one of my upcoming things. Mrs. Australia, who I competed with, is coming to Florida uh, on Saturday.
For?
She is coming for a week to visit.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah.
You should get her on the show.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah. Very nice.
So I'm waiting for her to get here, see what her jet lag is like. Either Tuesday or Friday, maybe you guys could give a chat with her. She has not been here since the year after COVID, but she used to come every once in a while because we were roommates.
Very nice.
Yeah, so she'll be here on the 2nd. So I'm sorry I may not make that. And if she's not coming until Sunday, then she can still be on the show, but
Absolutely.
then I'll make the party. How about
There
you?
you
What
go.
are you doing?
I'm not doing a thing.
Okay.
I'm not. Well,
She's
I
like,
probably will go to, I don't know what I'll do, but I'm looking at the other places, the
oh, it's just like
therapeutic writing
that's the
center.
day I'm not doing anything.
Well, yeah, that means I'll be in my garden.
Oh, I was invited, but I don't know if you know. Do you know Maria Oddity?
Yeah, but I love her name.
Yeah, she's super, super sweet. She also invited me to something that I said if Kylie didn't come, I may pop into her thing.
Well, the truth is, I can't think that
She's
far in
she's
advance.
another realtor, but super nice. Always into doing. She's always into doing something.
Yeah.
She always has something going on with fashion or real estate.
He's moving. Hey, love the guy. Thanks, guys.
Hey, Frank and Sons, thanks for joining us. What are you doing on Saturday?
Somebody
How
tell
many
us what's
crazy
going on
comments
for
dogs
Kentucky
there?
Derby.
Well, how? Well, we will reach out to you. That's how Frank
Well, I'm
and Sons.
Frankincense. Frankincense. No,
Frank and Sons.
Frankinsons. Frankinsons have got good sense and a moving and storage. All right. Well, thank you so much. We're going to have Kevin give you a buzz.
Absolutely. Have you in the studio, you can talk about your moving and storage.
Oh, storage.
Because I got to tell you, it's a thing.
Yeah, it is
Having
a thing.
moved a few times now and done it myself, done it half and half, and then done it completely professional. Wow.
Wow. Big difference.
Wow.
Yeah. Big difference.
Yep.
Okay, let's see what else we got coming up. I'm coming up.
Oh, I like that song.
Here we go. And the following week, of course,
Is
free Mother's
Mother's
Day breakfast. And see, if people send us stuff, we put it up. So you have got to send us some goodies, and we try to.
Free Mother's Day breakfast.
And that's May the 10th. We'll show
the
this
10th.
one again.
Yeah.
So, and they really have good food there.
I'll have to try that
And
out.
the American Legion. That was.
I don't know if my kids are going to be here, so I may
You
have
can
to.
still come by yourself.
I think I'll just come out,
They'll just treat you
celebrate
like a queen.
myself.
There you go. There you go. All right. What else? That's
That's
it.
it for
That's
our
all
event.
that we have. I got to reload my page here.
Well,
Well,
that's another thing. If anybody's interested in, I meant to bring this up, is if anybody's interested in being on the show, sponsoring the show, or people don't realize we have a full studio in the back,
yeah, if you want to create a podcast,
which I will be filming icons, restarting icons. Now that season's over, people have time to come into
yeah,
the studio.
exactly.
It's just too busy in season to try to grab, 20 people
Right.
over a couple of months. We're going to start filming in the studio back here,
Very
the
nice.
icons, with the wonderful Diana. And so if you're looking to start a podcast or just want to take a tour of the studio, reach out. I'm happy to give you my insight into the podcast world.
That sounds funky dory. And I just learned what a podcast is
Oh yeah, versus video. Yeah.
versus just video and the platforming the servicing
Mhm.
that has to be involved with it. So it's a really interesting.
I had no idea when I did my first podcast, the Kristen Weirden Show. I did it in a professional television studios. Everybody put a dollar sign there.
Yeah, exactly.
And it was great. It was here in town. It was a full professional studio. And it was great. The production was great, but it was very, very expensive.
Oh,
It was very expensive. So I learned ways to, what you do need for a production, you need
right.
professional, you need sound, but most people don't understand podcasts are sound only. This is actually a show that's put out as a podcast,
Right.
which is video. The show is video, but people just call it a podcast now. Like Joe Rogan, they call it a podcast, but it's really the Joe Rogan show.
Show, right.
So if you notice now, it used to be Joe Rogan podcast. And
Now,
now if you look on this thing, it says Joe Rogan show because a show is video and podcast is audio.
Yeah, there you go.
And there's 21 podcast platforms. So
239 Live Show.
yeah,
It's a really big shoe.
it's a show. So we are a show, but we should look into maybe doing our show as a podcast too.
Yeah, that's what I
just record it and
just
send it out. And
technicality and just to see
Yeah,
how
yeah.
this works.
for those people who only want to listen to us, but sometimes people listen on you. I mean, I have my YouTube going and I just listen to it. That's what makes YouTube so popular.
Yes, because you just listen to
You can just listen or watch. Mhm.
And do you have a favorite podcast station you go to?
I follow certain people instead of maybe an Apple Podcasts or Spotify, although I have gotten more into Spotify because one thing about Spotify, and I'm sure they all have it, but Spotify seems to have it nailed, is if you follow a certain person, the next one that comes up, it will be related to it. Related topic. So if I don't know them, I have found a few that I'm like, oh, this is a new person.
Yeah.
So it's a nice way to find people, kind of the way YouTube does that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just looking at the podcast that I have here and who do I actually look at. And I don't know that I have actually anybody. I used to do Mark Levin. I had to let him take a rest a little bit. And
I've let all the politics stuff take a rest. I don't have time now.
I do. It's funny. Bill O'Reilly, who
Yeah, he's interesting.
he's very interesting and he has very good points. And he always talks like he's drunk, but he doesn't drink. And I think
it's just the way his dialect
the
is.
way he
I
does
didn't know he used to be a history teacher.
Yeah.
When I heard that, I saw one of his interviews when he gave an interview, and I thought it was really interesting. He used to be a history teacher, which I think really helps when you're a journalist because you have information to pull from. And now on his own show, he kind of deep dives a little bit more into history, and he wrote a bunch of books too on it.
Yeah. Oh, well,
Big author.
He's got tons of books.
He's a
Wayne
big
has most of them.
history books, though. Not people think he's all politics, but
No,
he's
it's
got
the killing of whatever. He does a killing series, which is about telling like what happened anyway, there's
So, Bill,
tons
if
of,
you ever want to be on the show,
yeah, Bill.
we're
Yeah,
talking about you.
Bill, come on
We'd
down.
love to have you on 239. I'm sure you've been to Naples.
Dave
It seems
Rubin
like
is
they all
going to
come
that.
through
Yeah.
here,
I actually, I use YouTube more than I go to my, um, s- podcast page
right?
and, my
Some
Audible
people don't
books.
do podcasts. Some people just do YouTube,
Yeah,
like we're
that's
doing.
what I do. I use
Some people do
YouTube.
that because it's just, it's
It's
the
easier to
second
look up
largest
stuff.
search engine in the world.
Yeah.
So, we'll see how things go with chat. Do you want to head into this real quick?
Yeah, we need to do that. Thank
While
our
we're waiting
sponsors
for
because
John?
as we just got through telling about how things cost, and we definitely want to.
Well, we love our sponsors, and I've met most of them now. And I have to say, what a great group we have.
Yeah,
They're
that's
so
really nice.
supportive and they're so kind and full of so much information.
Yeah, and I love to support them. We love to support. That's being a cheerleader, growing up, being just it's a
There
natural
we,
thing.
I was a cheerleader for like a year.
Oh, I was from 6th grade through high school, and
Oh, wow.
of course, think college. I had to put my way through college, so I
I
can't.
did it for a year and then I was like, I don't want to do this.
Oh, you do?
I wasn't, believe it or not, I was actually a shy child.
Oh,
Did not want to be the center of attention, did not.
wow. I'm not saying. I'm just
Laughing.
yeah.
She's like, no, no, I really, really was. I did not. Looking back, I think it was actually childhood trauma because my stepfather used to call me motor mouth.
Ah,
So then I think I just became shy to kind of stay out of the limelight. But yeah, so cheerleading wasn't my
oh, that would
thing.
inspire me more.
I guess I
I
was
was a
just
mean. I wasn't a mean child, but I was sassy child, and
tenacious comes to mind.
I just would, man, I would. Anyway, I just came from a different kind
But
of
I
background.
blossomed.
You have blossomed, yes, indeed, and we don't. But I do love cheerleading. I love to watch, especially man, they are so athletic. I remember one of the things we decided that we would change our uniform after like 30 years, and that's a big thing to change a
Yes.
tradition. These were the sort of like the corduroy big, long, the round, full skirts where you would twirl and you would see
Yeah.
your underwear. Oh my God. Well, we decided to get pleated skirts and we made them short like the mini skirts, but we had to be sure that they were the tip of our fingers, that they would hit that. And the first time we wore them on the stage, oh my Lord.
The parents were up in
Yeah. Okay.
arms.
So let's go to the next. I'm sorry. Wait a minute. We didn't do the other one.
Let's see, where do we get?
Let's
We
run through them. We got Mighty Roof. We got them, right?
Yeah, Mighty Dog Roofing,
Woof, woof.
always on our show.
Oh.
Supreme Auto and Collision.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
having a big event this weekend too.
I thought I had a flyer for them. We're going to punch that
Yeah,
back
we're
up
gonna put
because
oh,
that's going to be
Friday.
very exciting for Friday.
Friday, it's for the Shelter for Abused Women. Thank you
Yeah.
so much, Supreme Auto and Collision.
Yes, and Integrity and Rock Republican. No, Rock
Republic.
Yeah,
is gonna
not
be playing.
Republican.
Rock Republic's going to be playing. And then we have Devoe Cadillac.
Yeah.
All your Cadillac needs.
It seems like he and Jackson are off for another run, for another jaunt somewhere around the country. We'll have to keep up with. We'll have to have him start calling in or send stuff on what he and Jackson are doing.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Three Palms Legal, Wills Trust and Estates. We've covered how important that is.
And Kevin got all his stuff straightened out through them. Good man.
Yeah,
good
good
man,
job.
and good company. Torch Hot Yoga.
Keeps you in shape.
She is a social media maven too. I see
Yeah.
her stuff all the time.
Yes.
And she's so beautiful. She should be.
Yeah,
Everywhere.
I think now that season's winding down, she'll finally have time to come in with us.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
good. Yeah. Season has been sort of cray-cray. And
It's still
Amherst
extended.
Roofing,
Amherst Roofing Inc. Yes.
he's been on the show. Very nice.
I
man,
met
very
him.
nice company.
I met him at we had him on at John Huffman's event.
Very
Yeah,
nice.
we had him on. So it was nice to chat with him again.
Very nice. And of course,
Well, we were talking about earlier the podcast and show Icons of Naples. You can catch it on all of your platforms, including YouTube. Please tune in. We've got Wayne is this week. Wayne's one of two episodes. You have two. We did a double episode with Wayne because there's so much information there. And so his first part of his interview drops on Wednesday.
Well, make sure I know that, so I'll pop it out there.
Wednesday at 9 a.m. His episode will drop on YouTube.
Wayne
and then
drops.
Yeah. And also on Spotify, all the podcast platforms. I'm drawing a blank all of a sudden. I just saw Jonas pull in. So
That's great.
yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited. And then we're going to start filming some more. So make sure you check
There
it
you
out.
go. There you go. Yeah, they really are good. You've keyed in on something, especially with Thelma Hodges and Jean Walker Humphrey. She's a she.
You had her on here on a Friday, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. And you were on
Yes, I was on.
Full of History, brought me some great, your walking
Tidbits.
map
Yep,
and
yep.
different things.
Full of something.
Always something. Always something.
And yeah, so I look forward to seeing. I just Jean, when you get with these old timers, and I would almost love to get two of them together and just put the camera on and just ask one quick, because it's funny how they don't always see things the same way, but that's just part of
We had that.
life.
We had that when we had Jean in the chair. Rowan Johnson was next.
Oh, Rowan, oh yeah.
So Rowan, and it was right around the old timers event that they do every year.
Right.
And I'm hoping for an invite, guys, because I really want to get some more of your interviews.
It's really a
But it's
special
an invite only, and the location is secret. But anyways, so they were both there, and Rowan would start talking, and Jean's like, "No, that's not what happened." And I'm like, "She's off camera, so you can't hear what she's saying." And then when Jean was talking, Rowan's like, he started, Jean, and so it was.
They
it
just
was a hoot.
forget you're supposed to be.
It was a hoot. And so I think having the two of them on camera, I bet because Rowan comes to town for that.
Oh,
Maybe we could get some old timers in the studio
that would be
and just set up a camera and see what happens.
that would be real fun. And speaking of,
Luann's here.
Studio, why don't you just,
Pop on up?
Yes, we had our friends, our roving reporters. We're going to have a 239 roving. I don't know. I'm just making this up as I go.
Luann's our roving reporter.
Roving reporter now.
She's going to give us an update.
I was roving on Pine Ridge Road, going very slowly with it down to one lane.
My apologies. Yeah. No. I understand.
No, that's good. This is perfect timing because Jonas will be in after you with food.
I was
with food. Let me turn this ringer off.
I was. We came from the county commissioners' chambers because Wayne did the pledge, and Bruce talked about the new Vietnam memorial that the kids at Lorenzo Walker. That's I wanted to be sure Jean knew that their welding class is going to be building this wall.
Nice.
And I said, I'm going to do something. I usually come around and come up Pine Ridge, come down Goodlet and come around. So let's just go straight up and then we'll come down, go up airport and just take a left on Pine Ridge. And I ran into that and I'm like, okay. I never liked Pine Ridge is so crowded, but
Pine Ridge has always been that way. It's always been a little bit of a challenge.
I was not planning on that this morning. So I was like, one lane, what's going on?
Well, they think season's over, but we have more hangovers now.
Right. You'd think they would have sent me an alert, like leave 20 minutes early, will you?
I know they should do that.
I know, right? Yeah. Exactly. How are you ladies doing today?
Doing great.
We're great.
I've been listening, on the way.
Thank you.
Your jaunts around town and different things you're doing. So
you wanted to give us, we were looking for an update on the event. How did that go?
So thank you so much. You know what? I think it went well. We had great feedback. I walked out of there after breaking everything down, and I had all this social media on my Instagram, and I'm like, what's going on? I'm terrible at social media. And my husband was out of town, and I called him and I'm like, I have like 18 dashes across my Instagram stories. And he's like, yeah, people have been tagging you. I've been uploading it to your story. So it was really awesome. Like people were so excited leaving. There was some great content. Of course, we had your veteran friends that came, and we'll talk about that in a minute because wow, that seemed like a setup and a half.
I sure did.
Yeah. So anyways, we'll get to that. But it was just a great morning, relaxing. We had, great great sponsors, great partners that were on site. We had over 100 women that came by, and beautiful pink mats laid out, and beautiful BMW cars and jets, and Yeah, it was amazing. Art of Dermatology sponsored the mats, and so there's these beautiful pink
They're
mats.
wonderful.
100. Yeah, I don't know. I was going to send you. I figured you had some pictures, and I should have
Oh yeah, I got
in advance, like it's for you to put up. But
uh,
the imagery was amazing.
it was when I first
It,
walked in.
it
I
was
was like,
just mind blowing.
I didn't know what to expect,
Yeah,
and I was like, whoa.
When I saw the pictures, I definitely had
I
FOMO.
had some on them the other
yeah.
day.
I definitely had FOMO when I was following it along. I was like, "Oh, I wish I could have gone."
Well, Kristen, actually, and I've rushed in here, but I brought you something today. I
Really?
brought you a mat. So maybe after Josh is here, I can do a quick flash of it. And I brought you one of the mats and everything as a gift
Nice.
because Lois got one, and I know you wanted to be there.
I
But
wanted to be there so bad
yeah,
because one, I'm trying to get back into yoga, and two, it just looks like such a fun event, but not too crowded, so you can have a little room. Because I don't. Sometimes people pack everybody into a room,
yeah.
and I'm like, "Oh, I have a
Yeah.
Yeah,
weird thing
it's
about that."
it's meant there's
But
intimacy. Yeah.
yeah,
It's meant to be an intimate environment, but not intimate on top of each other intimate, but
yeah,
the whole sound, the yoga and the
yeah.
sound bath. And what was beautiful about the experience is we were welcoming people who had not done yoga before.
Oh,
It
that's
wasn't
great.
like so the
Yeah.
it was something where those who were advanced in the yoga could get something out of it, but those who had not experienced or have very little experience in yoga, like myself, could really get something out of it. And then the sound bath was
Oh, that's incredible. Yeah.
just incredible. And like doing the sound bath in this huge hangar and, and just all of a sudden it's so quiet in there. And all of a sudden you hear a jet taking off and it wasn't disruptive. It was
Mm,
just part of the whole
experience.
atmosphere.
Yeah.
But most importantly, what we were doing was raising awareness for the shelter for abused women and children here in Naples, and Patty and the team came there, and they were so supportive of partnering us with us for this event. And as we committed to, we gave 100% of the $100 ticket as a donation to the shelter, and our goal was to meet $10,000, and we did that and more.
That's
And
very
we'll be
nice. I know you were worried about that.
yeah, we're going to be setting up a presentation for a check to give to them in the public. Maybe we'll do it here on 239.
I think
I don't know. So
be
that would be
great.
great. So, but we're very excited. We have great momentum going, and to have a partnership with the shelter, and then trust in your vision. I think they were absolutely so surprised when
Yeah.
they came there because you know they they just trusted us and weren't really necessarily involved in the planning side of it, so they were as surprised
Yeah.
as every other woman that walked through that door this morning. And I had one man that popped in too. It was kind of funny. He was like, "Oh, I thought we could just show up," and like at that point in time, what were we going to do? But he was with two other women that had signed up in advance. I'm like, well, it's $100 more for the shelter, so
That's right.
stay in the back, and so yeah, it was supposed to be a no balls thing, but whatever.
There you go.
Yeah. So it's okay. At least he,
Yeah, that's
admittedly
good.
was
You paid
was
some
yeah.
money. That was good.
Yeah. So, but it was great. Again, we had great partnerships along the way for that, and of course, Yoga Six and Parisa, she's my business partner to produce this, and to give her and her team an absolutely incredible shout out because their activation of the yoga and the sound bath with 100 women and making them walk away feeling restored and rejuvenated. It just kudos to Yoga Six Naples. They have a $99 a month special too. So I don't know too much about yoga, but I did get I
That's
just
good.
did get an ad in my email box about it. So
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, so go check them out because they're great. And Vivi is their master of she did the sound bath. She actually led the whole thing. But what do you think? You had never had a sound bath. We talked about that. Tell me about your experience. That's yeah, I
Well,
want to
it's
hear.
just beautiful music, and you
Yeah.
call that a sound bath. I love the language that using today. It would I don't know what they called it back then, but it was an
Mm.
immersion in a musical experience. And then they had people walking around with I don't know what it was because I didn't want to I didn't want to cheat and look with different instruments. I don't know if it was
Yeah.
bowls or little chimes or whatever.
Yeah, all sorts of things. So,
Yeah.
so tell, give me your feedback because you were there.
Yeah, no, I thought it was great. I love anything that gets relaxing and let me see how busy my mind was.
Yeah.
And so
Oh,
I
yeah. Yeah, yeah.
needed to feel that because
Mhm.
I always think, I was former licensed hypnotist. I've done all this kind of coaching and all this stuff, and I'm thinking, okay, I got it. And then I'm thinking, oh no, you need to you need to figure out a way to slow this mind down, child. It's just not all the time,
Sound
but you need to do
a sound bath is I find
yeah.
that sound baths are different for everyone.
Yeah.
They are for
I've
sure.
been to a couple out in California, which is
Mhm.
again a whole different universe
Oh
in
yeah.
some ways. And I'll have an experience and afterwards we with the last one I was at, everybody got up and talked about their experience with the person who was doing the sound bath. And some people fell asleep. Other people were like, "Oh, my body was vibrating." And then other people were like, "Oh, I was just relaxing."
Some people
So
break down because the emotion that
the
comes up is too much.
emotions, right.
Yeah.
Everybody's different when it comes to the sound bath.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For the first time I had a sound bath, I literally was sobbing. And so last year when we did this, I was like, I can't do the sound bath because, I have to get up in front of everybody. What happens if this happens again? So since then, I'd done a sound bath and I didn't have that same reaction as I did the first one. So for this event, I was like, okay, I'm going to try the sound bath. I only lasted like 2 minutes in the yoga because my mind was just going too crazy and
Yeah.
busy.
Your event.
And yeah, my event, and so I did lay down for the sound bath for a little bit, and I didn't stay engaged in it the whole time just because I had to get up, and speak, and I but I did relax. I knew in my mind I couldn't do the whole thing, and I didn't have the emotion I had the first time, probably because I wasn't fully engaged. But the last time I did it, I was fully engaged, but I fell asleep and woke up everybody in the room. The
Snoring.
last time I did
I've
it.
seen that
Were you
happen.
Yeah,
snoring?
I literally my snore woke me up. I mean, I was like, and it was like, oh crap, like who's
I've seen
yeah.
that happen. I
So
probably like 20% of a room will fall asleep
yeah.
and go deep quick.
Yes, and it get to put you into like a
Yeah,
REM,
yeah,
and
yeah.
and it's like, wait a minute, this was just
Like
like
instant.
4 minutes ago,
Yeah,
and
exactly.
all of a sudden in this REM. So yeah, so
We gotta get
it's
Diane
different.
sound bath.
It's different for everybody, but I'm glad you got to experience your first sound bath and you didn't even have to get wet to do
No, no, that was good.
it. So
Wet with music, the notes dripping
that's
all
right.
over me.
That's
Yeah,
right.
that was great.
Absolutely. So yeah, so we're excited to do some more events. We with in terms of the Naples Jet Center hosted that event, and they're a great partner for us
Oh, they were
us
great.
this year.
Yeah, they were lovely.
They were wonderful. Beyond Juice 3 did a great job
Oh,
with
yeah, they were great too.
all
Oh,
the
man.
food
Oh,
was like, yeah, like the food, and then the activations that we had from from our main partners with Halcyon and Azul, and
cool.
yeah,
I
so
love those. I don't have those. I meant to bring you a pen. I got 2 pens.
Oh,
Good.
oh,
fun. I love
They
pens.
look like
I
it's like if you're
probably could
getting.
get you some, yeah.
It's like if you're getting Botox, the kind of needle that they have, but it looks
Right,
like a
right,
pen.
right.
Yeah,
It's really
yeah, and then those cars, those Germain
well,
BMW
yeah.
Naples cars.
Always,
Yeah, those were pretty hot. They brought some really spicy cars, so
yeah.
that was fun, and they had the lights going on in the front. But back to it with the shelter. We're again really blessed that they fully engaged with us as a partner and trusted in our vision, and we're looking forward to partnering with them. It's just something very we all either have someone either in our family or a close friend who has or can use those resources.
Right.
And I think that when Patty stood up there and talked about everything that our shelter offers and the resources, it resonated with a lot of the attendees there. And that was a big day because
Oh, yeah.
the concert that night, for the shelter, and
I don't know how Lois they made
wait a minute,
you all made both of them.
yeah, oh
As
yeah,
well as the who did we have on 239 live that night or the
Uh,
woman from the shelter?
yeah, Patty, Patty.
that was
Yeah,
Patty.
and I was trying to find you guys, and I went left,
other
and
way.
I should have known to go right. I mean, right, Lois? I mean,
Right.
I went the wrong way, so we won't go there. But anyways, yeah, it was great. So I have some other fun events coming up
Yeah,
for the
let's talk about that.
season. Yeah, so I launched a brand called Super Cars and Sips, and it brings the luxury automotive experience into the private clubs where and very member centric events. The members can bring out their cars
Oh yeah,
and
nice.
celebrate around the other members in a community that's safe and not open to the public. Champagne, caviar, appetizers, bourbon pours.
Mhm.
Could be mimosas depending on the time. Could be cigars if
I
it's in
like
the
the name.
evening. And yeah, thank you. And we're actually there is going to be a philanthropic aspect to this as well. And first and foremost, will each of the clubs that are selected to be a part of this, because we are selecting only 9 clubs in the fall to be a part of this.
Oh, nice.
They will have first opt on, if they want to use one of their charities and to benefit. And if not, then we will be announcing very soon an
Okay.
organization that will use as not second choice but our first choice. But if the
Right.
club defers to us and says you can support whichever charity you'd like.
Yeah,
So
some of them have their own predetermined
right.
annual support that the members. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I understand that.
And so, yeah, we have to go in with, that level, of respect and partnership with each of the clubs. But we did our launch at Pelican Bay in January, and we had about 175 members sign up. We had about 225 show up. We had estimated $20 million worth of cars and 30 cars that we had on site. So we curate a really incredible selection of supercars. And again, nobody is taking these car events into the private clubs at this point in time.
That's
Maybe a
very
member
clever.
or two might be hosting something, but we want to partner with each of the clubs and provide an opportunity for their members to have something special around the car environment, because it's happening here in Naples so much, and
Yeah.
in the public. But
Of course.
hey, I'm not bringing my Bugatti out to Mercado.
No,
I mean, I'm sorry.
I'll
I'm just going to leave it.
yeah,
That's right.
yeah,
No, I'm kidding.
Too many
I
people
was
walking past it.
randomly I follow a couple of YouTube car people
Mhm.
and the Dubai thing and all, and they go to the different motorsport stuff that happens in California and Pebble Beach and things like that. And I was like, how come you guys haven't been to Naples?
Mm,
I would put it in the comments all the
yep.
time. You should come to Naples. You should, especially when we're around Cars on Fifth time. And there was a one of them that said we didn't know about Cars on Fifth, so we'll check it out. But what else do you have going on?
Mm,
Oh, very
Because
nice.
they've heard there's people here with money,
mhm.
but they don't see the automotive side of it, the luxury automotive side of it, or the rare cars, which is what gets them out from their channels. So
Yeah.
I'll have to follow you on those and
Yeah,
see if
absolutely.
they or put you guys in contact because they million subscriber kind of people
Oh, I love
who
that.
just do cars.
Love that. So we have a plan to once we have produced this locally, have a plan to take this nationwide, and
Very
and
good.
basically select maybe one club in a geographic area, like the most prestigious club in Dallas and
Right.
Houston and California, different places throughout California, all over the country. I did this with a tennis model before, doing selecting private clubs for a special event, and we did 52 events in a year,
Yeah.
where I sent a team to do an activation. So we're going to a little bit use that model and do it around the car environment. So we're
Very nice.
super excited about that. And I know your next guest is walking through the
Yeah.
door
Poor
in
Jonas.
such a rush
He
like
came
me.
on. Yeah,
God
well,
bless
the
his heart.
traffic
I
and he came
know.
down from Fort Myers.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
well, tell us, so
Yep.
this is what's going on next is you're
Yeah.
going to be doing that.
I'm going to be
Okay.
doing that. We'll be announcing the fall schedule, soon as the clubs approve their schedules for the
Good.
season.
Mhm.
So we'll be doing some of those in the fall. We'll be doing some of those in 2027 in the spring. Yeah, and there'll be
Okay.
more to come. But
All
right
right.
now, we're hyper focused on that. We have great partners with Morgan Stanley, the Collegiate Group, and also with Premier Sotheby's, Jamie Chang, and the Sim Empire and the Warren. We've got
You
some
you have a lot going on.
great.
Yeah.
I
We're
know
gonna
it's
have to
fun.
make this
Yes, I
we'll
know
have
we
to
got to
make
go.
this a quarterly thing.
quarterly. We got to do more than that. Yeah, so
So
yeah, no,
when you start to do that, maybe
absolutely.
we could do a pop-up there.
Oh yeah, that would be a
fun.
lot of fun for sure.
That'd be great. I
That would
love
be
that.
that would be fun. And I will keep you guys on standby. Oh, by the way, real quick, I know he's got to jump on, but aren't you going to ask me what I am doing for
Oh,
What
for
are
Dirt
you
Day?
doing for
What are you doing for
Oh, thank you. Okay, I'm so glad. I'm so glad you guys are interested. Let me reel that in. Well, I'm going to be over at Waxon's. The Naples Brunch Club is hosting a derby party at Waxon's. We got DJ Eversol in the house. There's still tickets available, so I will send you that little
the
clip.
link and we can just
Yeah.
put it on there? And
Yeah. So, and of course, you know, Tony is one of your sponsors here, right? For Torch
Yes,
Yoga,
yes. Yeah.
and Tony and Maggie run the Naples Brunch Club. So when I give a shout out to those ladies,
For
and
sure.
yeah, and it's going to be great. So,
Super
and
exciting.
DJ Eversol, Tom and Victoria, are in partnership with the Brunch Club to run that great event. And let's talk about some food.
All right.
Thank you, Lou.
Thank you.
Come back in to see us.
Yeah.
We'll stay in touch.
I appreciate you
Thanks,
guys. Thank you
Luann.
so much for everything you do.
Okay. Jan Rosen, what are you doing for the day?
No, Jan, what are you doing for
Yeah.
the Derby? Let us know. I want to know. I want to know all the things going on. Well, now we know Waxon's is having something.
Yes, yes.
VFW. Come on up, Jonas.
Jonas, and
The Brunch Club.
Oh, the brunch club. Yeah.
you're going to bring her present in. We'll get a picture of that.
All right, Jonas is coming in. He's going to bring us some goodies. Go ahead and pop those up here, and we'll take a peek at them.
Here, let Kevin.
But I'll do the intro. Let me
you
do the intro.
and
So
get him
I've been
to-
talking about Jonas on the show. Poor guy got stuck in traffic. So Jonas Elliott Sr. is the founder of Jonas Vegan Kitchen, which I've had the food. It's amazing. A Fort Myers culinary expert, providing that high performance nutrition, which is what I wanted to talk about, and great taste that go hand in hand. I've tried the food. It is very good. It's a total kitchen solution and the convenience factor because they deliver. Dedicated to helping busy people in the 239 area access a healthy and diverse plant-based lifestyle. So, the first thing I have to ask you, Jonas, is what is the difference? First, thank you for coming.
Hey, you're welcome. Thank you. Kevin.
Hard going through
Appreciate
the
it.
traffic.
I don't know what was going on there on Pine Ridge, but
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you're the second person. Like everybody's struggling with that. So you guys know Pine Ridge is a mess. Find another road.
Yeah.
So tell us what got you into vegan cooking, and then what is the difference between vegan and vegetarian?
well, answer the second question first is vegan is no animal products at all. So no eggs, no dairy, no animal product at all. So vegetarians still do eggs and cheese and dairy and things like
Okay.
that. So I'll get a lot of people that say I can give up, the meat. I just can't give up the dairy. You know what I mean? Or the cheese. Yeah. Women, especially, you say cheese, and they're like, "Well, I can't do that."
You're
So, but
speaking my language.
the one reason I guess why I went vegan, it was it was the strangest thing because I was your typical. My background is in training, so I was a trainer. And so it was like protein, animal product. I had this doctor that used to come in all the time, and it would every Christmas or holiday or birthday or whatever, he would bring me these plant-based cookbooks, and I was like, bro, I'm never gonna be vegan, you know what I mean, that kind of thing. And I was dating a girl at the time that she said I want to be vegan, and I was like, well, all right, well, because I was doing the cooking, so I was like, well, so I popped in this video he gave me one day, and it just really talked about like truly the benefits and in the recovery aspect of things. So it really like intrigued me that way. So I was the kind of person that once I decided to, do this, I went all in. So that was it. But then the biggest reason why I started the business was because my problem was when I became vegan, there was nothing for me to eat, anywhere. If I can go to restaurants or I know where to start. So I just, and then I realized there was a need, not only need for vegan food, but really, healthy, food that people are accustomed to, so that was really my angle, was really trying to provide.
I'm actually surprised that we had a vegetarian place for a little while on Pine Ridge, but I am surprised with the health conscious atmosphere that we have in Florida and especially Naples because, organic's a little bit more expensive. So it's things like that, but it's not like people can't afford it, that we don't have what I find when I go to a place like California, or even New York City, which is at least a couple of vegan or vegetarian places or places that do both.
Right.
When I was growing up, my mom owned a restaurant and it would happen to have an ashram there.
Mhm.
So we had to serve vegetarian. We had vegetarian and non-vegetarian menus because you
Right.
couldn't call it the meat eater menu.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. The people are
But,
like,
I mean, I think she was ahead of her time because this is going back to like 1975.
well, it's funny you say that. I was out to dinner on my birthday, and I just went to a regular restaurant, so I wouldn't make it complicated. But I'm like, I'm pretty sure I can put something together. And as I was thinking, I was like, there should be not a law, but just some kind of unwritten rule that you should carry at least one plant-based item or a vegan item, right? I mean, and call it what you want it, but
That's not just a pasta dish.
right, or some kind of sides. I'm infamous for going and just ordering all the sides,
Yeah.
But then I got to go. Is there butter in it? Is there,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
whatever. I mean, I'm not that bad, but the point is they should. You know what I mean? Just because not everybody, even if you're a meat eater, always wants to have a meat entree per se.
Understood.
So,
Yeah, agree.
but
I went vegan for about I'd say 7 or 8. No,
a day.
I'd say it was about 7 or 8 months the first time and close to a year the second time.
Yeah.
I did it mostly to see what would change in my blood work and things like that. The one thing I noticed was when I did the once or twice I might have cheated and had like some sort of steak or something, was the meat sweats
Yeah.
is a thing.
It's a real thing.
And it made me
Sweat. What's that?
I'll let you explain.
Well, in my perspective, I mean, you can eat like my biggest thing was digesting, right? You know what I mean? So that body's working, and that's where that
Yeah.
you had trouble digesting something, and that was always my issue. I didn't have gut issues,
Yeah.
maybe I do, but I felt like just meat was taking forever to go. Yeah, exactly. So
It's a thing where your body temperature goes up
Yep.
on the process part.
Yep.
But then I started to wonder, well, I started to get really clear on what was I picking for foods too, to try to get it cleaner and cleaner and cleaner.
Right.
Because the cleaner you eat, the more noticeable it is when you have something that's not.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, totally.
Absolutely. So yeah, it's there's so many serious things. My primary reason was for health. You know what I mean? Obviously there's environmental issues and then there's the animal issues, you know what I mean? But for me, it was, it was pretty simple, especially because of the effects. And I felt like no different. I figure, all the animals, they have to eat plants in order to get, and all we're doing is eat
Right.
basically recycled, plants basically when we eat
Right.
meat. So
Do you
So-
still train?
well, not personally. I mean, people, but for myself, absolutely. So
So that's another thing. I think people are afraid of how are they going to get their protein to keep fit? And I mean, you're fit.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
you still got muscles.
Yeah, and I don't really track like a lot of people track their what they call macros, and all my meals typically have all the macros, so how much protein's in them, how much carbohydrates, how much fats are in them. But I don't really track it. I just know that everything that I put in my body has some source of protein in it. So, and I mean, could I get more? I supplement it sometimes with like a protein shake or like a powdered protein. But I mean, outside of that, I mean, I eat what I make, so it's not like I go home and go, I'm going to make this high protein vegan
Yeah.
dish that I haven't made anybody else this week. So
Well, because a lot of people, they're afraid they're going to miss their comfort foods.
Yeah.
And so I noticed when I saw your menu from Jonas Vegan Kitchen,
that's right.
I noticed that there are some comfort foods on the menu. So tell us how you achieved that.
Well, it was like, what I think really does well is something that somebody can already relate to. So I brought my best, I call it my vegan lasagna, and I'm telling you, it's probably one of my best sellers. It's about, you can't see it, but it's about a good 4 or 5 inches deep. I mean, it's just loaded, but
As deep as this little.
right. And I made the cheese basically out of cashews and tofu. And that particular dish actually has about 21 grams of protein, but I made a marinara sauce with red lentils in it as well. So
Oh
yeah.
my God.
Hey, Kevin, do we have any forks in the fridge?
Yeah.
Well,
Can you see if you can find?
I should.
I actually
These
meant
are
to
all for you
some.
guys as well, but I mean, just things that
I've had it myself. I know Lois
yeah,
hasn't because I order one occasionally.
you guys go ahead. I'm going to go find some forks.
Yeah,
She's gonna.
she's
She really wants to try
yes.
this. She really wants to
You'll
try
love
this.
it, Well, then, that was my biggest thing. I was like, what do I eat? And so I just started looking at foods that I was already making and how can I make them vegan? So or plant-based, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, I mean everything. So I noticed the stuff that does extremely well is stuff that people recognize already. So during the holidays this year, I did like a vegan meatloaf, or vegan loaf, and then had mashed potatoes, and green beans, and then I did a like a shepherd's pie. So that, and it was just, just things you can relate to. People, when it comes to eating, I think it comes down to like texture and taste. You know,
The texture. Okay, so for some people it's texture. For me, it's texture and taste.
Right.
I don't like creamy, or I don't like I don't like eclairs and things
Yeah,
like that,
yeah.
like creamy cheesy
Yeah.
kind of stuff. but I do like cheese. And
Right.
I have to tell you the cheese from I've done the lasagna, I've done the lentil type stuff.
Yeah.
I've done you did a bowl that had like what seemed like a meat mixture, almost
Yeah.
toppery
Like my tempeh bowl, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I've got to tell you, the flavors are
Well,
incredible.
that's what I really focus on is the flavors. I mean, ever since I started this, so every meal that I make, there's it's very very cultural. Meaning, like I have Italian food, Chinese food, American food, you name it. So it's a wide variety. Indian food, a lot of curries.
Oh, thank
But
you.
stuff that you're already eating, it's just without meat. I was telling there's a joke going around that if I can just get my food in everybody's mouth, you realize it's good food, right? It's
It is.
it's just that we're programmed to have meat for breakfast and lunch and dinner and that, and then so and I and
Crazy.
yeah, and in the defense, that's how I mean, every morning I probably have prior to becoming vegan was bacon, eggs, every morning, and then for lunch I'd have some type of meat of some sort, and then for dinner for meat. And then and for me personally, what was really getting to me was I felt like it was really bloating me. You know what I mean? I was real gut sensitive. You know what I mean?
That's what I find with some food.
Yeah, and
You get kind of
yeah,
that feeling of your tummy.
yeah.
This is just so you guys know.
Right.
That's lasagna.
I make it
This
empanada.
is the empanada.
Yeah, that's my black bean
I'm gonna
empanada.
slice that up while you slice this one up. So you can all try
Yes.
it.
Oh, you guys have that.
Come take these and put it in front of the camera.
That's why I was a little late today because I had to eat something before I got here.
Where's the camera up there? They can see. There you go.
Look
Okay.
at that. Oh, there you go.
Look at
Take
that
up the whole camera.
lasagna.
Yeah. Oh.
Here, I'll show you that.
I wish I would have had it on a plate, but yeah. No, like it's probably a little I actually it
Wow, that's beautiful.
it is beautiful. Yeah. I coat that with like that just egg, so there's like most of the time they use it's called the just egg. Yeah. So
I was gonna wonder how do you keep everything together?
well, that's it's on the lasagna. It's a lot of you stated there. Sometimes I put too much sauce in it and it gets a little slippery. But no, when I have it, So yeah,
Chickpea, show that.
yeah, that's awesome too. Yeah, that's my chickpea salad wrap. Or people can relate to it. It's like a chicken salad wrap, but made with chickpeas. So yeah. Oh, you guys have a field day. Yeah, you can't really see that one.
You can't. Well,
Well, I mean, meaning like it's wrapped as well, but I make that with like a spinach wrap as well, and it's very light, but filling. I mean, fiber is what makes us feel filled. A lot of times we
A lot of people don't know that it is the fiber, like
Right.
the nutritional side, and the fiber is good for you.
Yes.
Versus, not that for my meat eaters out there, I'm not telling you how to eat.
Yeah. No.
I'm just saying if you choose to mix this into your diet,
Yes.
or lean into it for a period of time or change,
Right.
that it's really the fiber.
I know.
It's amazing.
I do a blind taste test and be like, is this regular cheese or is it not? And yeah.
Get you in
Well,
the
that's
chili
what
cook-off.
I mean, I've been to a lot of places. I mean, I make this world famous beer. You're familiar with it, but it's my best seller. But and what I try to do with any of my meals is, and a couple of things to add what you were saying, which was, I'm not trying to tell people you should become vegan. I'm trying to encourage people to add more plant-based meals into your life. And how do I do that, Jones? Well, that's where I come in. If you can't find something or know where to start. I mean, most people's plates, I guarantee it, if I ask you what you had for dinner, it was some type of animal product, some rice, some a vegetable or something. So
This is really good.
you like that empanada?
It's
got a little kick to it.
Okay, you will.
Trying
Okay.
Yeah, see, I mean,
Trying
I'm waiting for people to fall over it. From
Oh, yeah.
Look at you, you're starting to look vegan. Oh my goodness. That's the first sign you start liking it, and then you turn vegan.
spice,
Yeah.
but not overwhelming.
No, it's a little hot sauce. That's all that makes that spicy. But yeah, that these are just some of the meals. And again, you'll see all these meals: the empanada, the lasagna, and my salad and my wrap. I offer every week. So then, in addition to that, I have 10 rotating different items every week as well. And I'm just about ready to start like my spring summer menu where I'm kind of making things a little bit light, versus like during the winters and I have stews and things like that and chilies.
Give them a little bite of everything
Oh
over
yeah,
there.
okay, have at it. So
That's good.
Now, what's that one?
This is my lemon garlic salad. It's real simple. It's quinoa, white beans, tomatoes, kale, and then I make it with like a lemon garlic dressing. Yeah, my salads are.
Excuse me, I'm just over here eating.
Yeah, have at it. Yeah, have at it. See, like it absolutely. You know, it's and that's my basically my saying. It's just good food. You know, when people ask me, I'm not vegan. Well, do you like good food? And they go, yeah. But then you'll like my food. Is usually my response. So
What's this? The wrapping.
that's the just a tortilla. I mean, empanada shell. Just dough. You know, that's why, like, you know, and so a lot of my up in Fort Myers, where I'm from, I'm trying to get into a lot of stores. I'm working a few deals down here to try to get in some local stores, but up in Fort Myers, Ada's, which is kind of like a smaller Whole Foods,
Yeah.
they carry my food. It's like a grab and go. So you can go in there and grab my meals individually, and but all those things, you know, do well. The empanada, I got that idea from them.
The empanada is amazing. The lasagna is amazing. But you also, hey, Leanne, thanks for joining us. We're learning about vegan cooking.
Oh yeah.
As I'm trying to, oh, and hey, Tony, nice to see you here. You got to try this food.
Good.
So you also are doing juices.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I forgot to bring that. Oh, there, in addition to the things we're talking about right now, we carry cold pressed juices. We have protein balls. I even have a baked goods section. So if you have a sweet tooth, you join us. I want a vegan chocolate cake or,
Which is a challenge if you want to make it at home.
Yeah.
If you don't know what you're doing.
Well, that's
At least my experience.
baking. I have a lovely young lady that helps me. Her name is Taylor. Share companies with love, but she does my vegan goods. That baking is a science, right? I mean, like you're off by a pinch of flour and you got some kind of catastrophe. Yeah. So yeah, I leave that to her and she does an excellent job. But you know, it's funny how many times that she tried to make something vegan and it didn't quite go as she wanted it to. I still ate it. I thought it was delicious. But you know, when you're putting your name on something, you know, she's very
Bakers are a special breed because
Yeah.
it's a science to
Yeah,
them.
it really is. And
Now, explain to everybody. Now, I've had protein balls. It's funny. There's a place in Nashville at the airport. It's called Meal, MEEL, and it's all plant-based food.
Yep.
And so every time I go through there,
Yeah.
I get to go
Yeah.
and I get the protein balls, and I'll pick up a few salad type
Yep.
things, or they have a what do they call them now, like a Buddha bowl, or
Yep.
which is
Yep.
just what's in season.
Yep.
And I love it. But most people don't know what a protein ball is.
I mean, it's real. I mean, imagine like taking some peanut. Like we have two different kinds. We have a peanut butter one and an almond butter one. So the peanut butter one, it's just peanut butter. We put a little plant protein in it. It's usually about 4 or 5 ingredients typically. So it's like maple syrup or chocolate chips or oats, flat rolled oats. And shout out to my niece. My niece makes those for us as well. So
I have to try those because to me in the afternoon when I want something, but I don't want a whole meal.
right.
Yeah, I'm trying
Yeah,
this.
try
Well,
that.
that's, you know, I think even my push is really just trying to encourage people, you know, like most people don't even know what healthy is, you know, I mean, there's so many definitions of it out there that I've seen of like, you know, what is healthy. And that's where I've come in and, you know, I have a big background. If you see my family, all of us are really into health and I'm the only one that's vegan. Everybody's at least tried or eat.
Right, that's how I know you.
Yeah.
Way back in the day.
Sure.
I think it was maybe even Gold Gym days or
There
something.
you go.
Way back in the day. In fact, I told somebody you were going to be on the show, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, I love Jonas." I
No,
can't remember who it was. I was on social with them. But fitness was where you came from.
Yeah.
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 So balancing the ability to stay healthy,
Yep.
stay fit, because come on, we all want to look good,
Right. Right.
and have it taste good.
Right. And have some rotation or variety of foods. You know what I mean? For sure. That's where I would like, for me personally, I'm a spontaneous eater. So I'm like, I'm not feeling that. Or I need variety. I know a lot of friends in the fitness space that their meals are literally the same every day. You know what I mean? And they're not just, yeah, like a piece of chicken and you know what I mean? And again, I'm not knocking any of those. I just like, I'm the kind of person, I like flavor and it's how I feel after I eat it. You know, if I feel bloated or like tired or, you know, and
I hate feeling tired after I eat, and
I hate that. Why is that?
digestion. I
yeah,
think,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
And something I've noticed, and if you know more about it, you can correct me, of course. One thing I've realized is, so I'll eat something in the morning for breakfast,
Right.
and I'm like, okay, this is good, because afterwards I don't have a bloated feeling, I don't have a gassy feeling, I don't have like this sluggish
Vegan,
feeling.
that's what you're saying?
Vegan, or even just sometimes what I'll put together at the house, you know,
Different things, yeah.
just different things. And because I vacillate, because since my mom was vegetarian,
Yeah.
that food is not foreign to me. I'm not afraid of it.
Right.
I'll go to Whole Foods and get a whole vegetarian thing for like 2 days,
Right.
or vegan or whatever I feel like. But then I notice, I'll give you a great example. My son, oh, I shouldn't say this.
Oh,
Oh, he'll never
yeah,
know.
yeah.
Go ahead.
He'll never know. So someone brought home some pizza,
Mm.
and it was homemade pizza. And I noticed 20 minutes after eating it, I started sneezing incredibly, like crazy.
Uh-huh.
And I notice after I eat certain things, I used to think I was getting
The meat sweats again.
right. I used to think I was getting an allergy
Yeah.
or something, and I've come to learn that it's something in the food I'm allergic to.
Mm.
And when I did the vegan for my trainer and friend and,
Right.
and person I was working with a lot was vegan. So I was just like, oh, sure, I'll just dive into the vegan. We'll check my blood work when I'm
Yeah.
done, that kind of thing. When I stopped doing full on vegan, there were certain foods I ate that I also felt like I was getting the flu,
Yeah.
mostly after eating out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I would come home and I'm like, gosh, I feel like I'm getting it. People think I'm crazy.
Yeah.
And I'm feeling like, am I getting the flu? What is going on? And I wake up the next day and I feel fine.
Right.
Then I go out to eat again. And I realize it's something in the food,
Yeah.
toxins
Yeah.
or
Yeah, that's the biggest thing nowadays. Where's your food coming from? You know what I mean? Like there's somebody's writing an article about, what they spray on plants or what they give to animals or whatever the case is. So it is. But yeah, if I had a choice, I'd grow all of my stuff. You know what I mean? But
Yeah,
in
but
saying
you
that,
think about how our families grew up, and about they weren't, unless there was like in their lineage,
right.
bulky, but they were
Right.
skinny. They worked and
Yeah.
they worked outside
Yeah, they
and
worked
ate all
in the
the food that they made.
Right. 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 So yeah, it's definitely changed and that's what like you keep hitting down on something that, getting your biomarkers, like what is food doing to our body? Is this actually
Yes,
good for
yes.
us? And I have a friend of mine up in Fort Myers as well that does these like allergy tests. Most of us don't really realize what we're actually allergic to. I
Yeah.
mean, there's some things like,
Mhm.
I don't ever say vegans it'll fit for everybody, but find out what's actually good or what's working for your body and what's not, because you'll be surprised that something that's maybe causing us to bloat could be something as simple as the meat or the vegetable or whatever. So
Right.
yeah, so
I think mine is it's an a folic acid type of thing.
yeah,
Because it's usually a bread situation
Yeah.
or something that's in a flour situation.
Right.
And then shortly thereafter, I start sneezing, not folate,
Yes,
which is different
yeah.
than folic acid. I literally, I must have sneezed for 5 minutes yesterday. I was like,
Right.
what in the world? What have I done in the last 4 hours?
right.
And it was one slice of pizza that I didn't know
the
the
flour.
origin
yeah,
of the,
yeah,
and it's not, people think they're allergic to flour. They might not be the flour or the wheat. It's that it's enriched.
yeah, yeah,
Some people are actually allergic to the enriched
Enriched.
side.
absolutely.
So it's interesting. So you source all your food.
Yes, and in addition, we try to stay away. The goal, I think, in anybody's diet should be whole foods. You know what I mean? Not this processed stuff. A lot of our American diet, for sure, I've noticed, there's stuff that you can buy in the store that is processed and think
Yeah.
well, it has a fancy picture on it or a nice label or a fancy name to it, and you just stay on the outside of the stores. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Walk the-
Yeah. Stay away from the aisles. That's what gets you in trouble. So
that is.
yeah.
So how do we find? Well, first, thank you for bringing.
Oh, yes.
I
this
mean,
was-
just so you guys don't know this, we've devoured everything.
Yeah, but
just trying to get a picture of heaven over there eating.
I mean,
But he was like, that was
like
like power chow.
like food. So we saved this little half a sandwich for Wayne to try.
Okay.
So what was the sandwich called?
That was a chicken
That's a
Caesar.
Chicken Caesar.
Yeah, chickpea. I'm sorry,
Oh,
chickpea. Yeah, you got me saying
Caesar.
chicken.
Yeah. So
A chickpea salad wrap, similar to a chicken salad wrap.
So Diana is like,
Oh, is it gone?
Yeah.
It's gone.
I'll bring you some more.
she is so happy. Look, it's gone. Her half of the sandwich is gone.
Let me see those can of blueberries. Could this count as vegan?
Ish. I mean, you read the ingredients, right? Like it's
It's a
the
processed-
blueberry. Yeah, the blueberry is. You know what I mean?
It's a processed vegan.
Buying a can, yeah, I would
I was
check
gonna
the.
get
I don't
blueberry
think
time.
I don't think
Is
Jonah
that for the Derby?
I don't think Jonas is very into canned things.
Not canned blueberry something or
No.
It's probably a little
But
But this is
There's no high fructose or corn
well,
syrup.
thank you. They call it something else, probably.
Yeah.
it's got a little gluten in there,
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Where is it
Something
say what they put
Something to
in?
hold it together.
It's in the smallest print possible. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I don't want to bash on.
No. I was laughing because today is National Blueberry Day.
Oh, is it? That's good.
Yeah.
And,
And
so
so
get
then
a chance to make a pie.
so I said, I'm
So
going
we
to give
started
it
the
a pie in a
show.
can.
Exactly. Jones, thanks for coming. This is yours.
Yeah. Should do something vegan from that.
Exactly.
Use blueberries. I've got regular frozen
Yeah,
blueberries without the
I've
stuff.
said that.
Fresh frozen is fine. I try to stay away from canned when all possible.
Yeah.
And then my first choice, if I can't do fresh, is going to be frozen. And I just want to make sure that it's organic frozen.
Sure.
You know, I think if you're a person who's cooking for yourself,
Yep.
you're going to have to figure out this portion situation or in like this kind of meal,
Yeah.
what you can make for 3 or 4 days and don't mind eating. I'm a person, I'll eat the same thing every night, so I don't have to think.
Yeah.
I love meal prep.
Sure.
I love it when you show up at my house.
That's right.
So how do people order from you? Where do you deliver? How do they find you besides Ada's and
Yeah.
Myers?
Well, so if you go to my website, Jonas's Vegan Kitchen, Jonas, a vegan kitchen. And so right now my new menu is live. You have until Thursday to order. That's usually when I cut off and start going shopping and things like that to order. And then every Monday I deliver. So either personally or not just at 10, it's my third party company that I use that does my deliveries now. But every Monday, so every Monday you have until Thursday to order, and then every Monday you'll get your fresh meals. So and they don't not frozen. They come fresh out of my out of my cooler or out of my commercial refrigerator and right to your home. So
Wow.
yeah.
This has modified food starch. What's that?
Oh, that's a great question. Sounds like something that fixed something up.
Well, I can't help that, honey. But it's got
Actually
just
modified.
modified.
Yeah.
I know what cornstarch
Yeah,
is.
exactly. Yeah, I know. There's a couple of thickeners. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's probably a thickener.
Yeah.
Right.
And there's a gluten-esque type of thing because you need, I mean, when they do anything, and even when you're baking, when she's baking, she has to find something that's going to hold it together,
Right.
like a cookie or whatever.
Yeah.
Except
sauce.
we're trying to do it on a more whole food basis.
Yeah.
But you couldn't use mayonnaise because mayonnaise is egg.
Yeah, but you can make, there's vegan mayonnaise out there. I
Vegan
use veganese. Yeah. So
I've tried it.
yeah.
I've tried. My whole kitchen before the storm was all vegan.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
The whole kitchen. There was nothing in that kitchen that wasn't vegan.
Yeah. I used to make all my condiments. You know what I mean? That's like going back to the restaurant thing. There was a period of time we didn't go anywhere because you just didn't know what they were actually putting into it unless I knew it. And I've gotten a little bit better, but in the beginning I was just like, yeah, I'm going to make all of my food, from the condiments to you name it. So I definitely can see that point there.
All right.
Want that.
Well, we are going to check you out.
Please.
And this, I'm telling you,
JonasVeganKitchen.com.
that's it.
Yeah. We do caterings as well. So if your office ever wants to, feel free to give me a call. My number's on my website and reach out to me for sure.
Happy to answer questions. That's what I love when we get the owner of these kind of things
Yeah,
on.
the little
'Cause-
education.
Yeah.
They educate us. They'll help educate you.
Yes.
And of course, you're available for catering and home delivery. Listen, when you're a working person, I'm surprised that we don't have more people do this. Like I said, I don't even know why we don't have a vegan kitchen in Naples. But okay, I'm off my soapbox.
Yeah, exactly. Vegan kitchen. Vegan.
Exactly. Vegan.
Yeah.
Little protest down Fifth Avenue.
Exactly.
How about let's throw up our last flyer
Stay
for
with us.
Mr. JR, one of our
Oh yeah.
sponsors, JR Nocera. The Rock Supreme Auto Collision presents Rock Republic Band and Good Intentions, and it is going to be a rocking good time. That is this Friday from 6 to 10, and the proceeds go to the shelter. You just have to make a donation. The drink and the food are free.
Awesome.
And they just want to bring your donation, and all that will go to the shelter. So I am going to say, on behalf of the satisfied tummies that are here, all of them, and all the staff here at 239 Live. Oh, geez, oh yeah, she likes food, so I always like to bring her something, even though it's modified, whatever that is.
Yeah. You're going back to this blueberry thing again.
All right. You guys have a great day, and we will see you Friday, same time, same station. And go out and make it a great American kind of day.
Bye, everyone. Have a
Bye-bye.
great day.
Thank you so much.